The Ghost's Reporter. A series of short stories. Prologue. I never believed in ghosts. Not really. But after what happened, I can't deny it anymore. My name is Daniel Hargrove, and I was a journalist chasing stories of the supernatural. At first it was all fiction to me, stories I twisted to fit my editor's demands. Then I found that place, the Holloway Asylum, and the ghosts found me. Chapter 1. The Assignment. It started with a phone call from my editor, James. He had a lead on a supposedly haunted asylum. "Holloway's a gold mine," he said. "Dig deep and give me something chilling." I packed my gear, skeptical but intrigued. I had covered hauntings before, but nothing had ever convinced me. As I prepared my notes, I recalled every horror story ever written about the place, the ones that ended with reporters disappearing, just like I was about to do. Chapter 2. Arrival at Holloway. The asylum stood abandoned, its windows shattered, its walls cracked with age. The town folks whispered about the horrors that had happened here: unethical experiments, patients disappearing, and a head doctor who went insane. I laughed off their tales, but my gut told me this was different. As I stepped inside, the stench of mildew and decay filled my nostrils. A strange draft moved past me, almost like a breath against my skin. The deeper I went, the more I felt the weight of unseen eyes following me. Chapter 3. The First Night. Setting up camp inside the asylum, I recorded my initial thoughts. The air was thick, heavy, and the silence unnatural. At 2 a.m., my camera picked up movement, a shadow in the hallway. I chased after it, only to find a single door creaking open on its own. I hesitated before stepping inside, my flashlight flickering. The room was filled with rusted medical equipment, and in the corner, a single wheelchair faced the wall. As I turned to leave, the wheelchair moved slightly. My breath hitched. Was it just my imagination? Chapter 4. The Voices. The next day I listened to my audio recordings, a whisper. "Help me." Clear as day. I played it over and over, but I knew I had been alone. That night I started seeing them. Figures shifting in the dark, voices echoing in my ears. Was I losing my mind? Every step I took echoed too loudly, and shadows seemed to move in ways that defied logic. I found myself talking back to the whispers, trying to rationalize their presence. But deep down, I knew something in this asylum wanted me to listen. Chapter 5. The Forgotten Files. I found an old room filled with dusty files, patient records, notes on secret experiments. The most chilling was a diary by Dr. Whitmore, the asylum's last known head doctor. His final entry read, "They watch, they whisper, soon they will take me too." I flipped through the pages frantically, the scrawls growing more erratic towards the end. Some of the records had names scratched out as though erased from existence. Something caught my eye. A list of patients marked with a red X. My blood ran cold when I saw a blank space, as if waiting for a new name. Chapter 6. The Escape Attempt. I tried to leave. My car wouldn't start. My phone had no signal. The asylum didn't want me to go. That night, the whispers grew louder, forming a chorus of lost souls. My camera caught something terrifying, a woman in a hospital gown, staring at me with hollow eyes. She didn't move, didn't blink. I turned and ran, my heart pounding. The door slammed behind me, and suddenly I was trapped. I banged on it, desperate for a way out, but the asylum had other plans for me. The whispers turned to screams. Chapter 7. Possession. I blacked out. When I woke, my own handwriting covered the walls. "Stay, stay, stay." The whispers weren't just outside anymore. They were in my head. The ghosts of Holloway had chosen me. My body wasn't just mine anymore. My hands trembled as I tried to erase the words, but they reappeared as soon as I turned away. I felt something inside me shift, as if an unseen force had taken root within me. My reflection in a shattered window showed my own face, but my eyes weren't my own anymore. Chapter 8. The Final Broadcast. Desperate, I set up a live stream. If I vanished, I wanted the world to know what happened. As I spoke, the feed flickered. Viewers saw what I couldn't, a figure standing right behind me, and then the screen cut to black. My fingers trembled as I tried to restart it, but the power in my equipment failed one by one. I heard my name whispered from the darkness. I wasn't alone. I never had been. And as I turned to face whatever had been waiting for me all along, the world around me dissolved into a void of nothingness. Chapter 9. The Truth. Revealed. I awoke in a room I had never seen before. The walls were covered in scrawled messages, written in dozens of different hands. They took me. They will take you too. I felt something moving in the shadows, watching, waiting. Then I heard a familiar voice, my own. But I wasn't speaking. It was an echo, repeating words I had never said, warnings I had never given. The truth hit me like a train. Holloway Asylum was never just haunted. It was alive. It consumed souls, absorbed them, and made them part of itself. And now, I was one of them. Epilogue. They found my camera, my car, but not me. Holloway Asylum was demolished a year later. Yet reports of strange whispers and shadows persist. Some say my voice can still be heard in recordings left behind. Some say the asylum never really left, that it simply found a new home in the minds of those who dared to listen. Paranormal investigators still report hearing whispers near the ruins. Some have woken up in their own homes with strange words scrawled on their walls, messages they don't remember writing. One investigator vanished entirely, leaving behind only his last recording. Daniel, Daniel, I hear you. I see you. Then, silence. Maybe the asylum was destroyed, but its hunger remains. And maybe, just maybe, I am still out there, whispering from the darkness, waiting for the next one to listen. If you ever hear my voice in the dark, if you feel a whisper brush against your ear when you're alone, know this: Holloway still remembers. And it's still waiting. Maybe I never left at all.